Topping our news at this half hour, while airports in Tampa and Punta Gorda are adding new flight options for travelers, Sarasota-Bradenton International Airport is growing in a different way.
SRQ is also adding more seasonal flights to its schedule. Let's get the latest now. ABC 7's Jess Dowdrick joins us live at SRQ with more details on this. Jess?
Good evening, Haley and Scott. Just earlier this week, Tampa International Airport announced that Frontier Airlines is adding 11 new destinations for travelers. Meanwhile, down in Punta Gorda, they're seeing more passengers than ever at the airport. So what do those airports have that SRQ doesn't? Discount carriers. For airport passengers like John Wagner, it's the convenience that keeps him coming back to SRQ.
It's less congested than Tampa. It's easier airport to get in and out of. People are very nice and it's small.
But most Suncoast travelers aren't like Wagner and prefer the competition. Bigger airports like Tampa, Fort Myers, and Orlando. For those passengers, SRQ doesn't quite have what they need.
If they had more flights and better times. A lot of times if you take a flight out of Sarasota, there's going to always be a connecting flight.
It's the low-fare carriers like Frontier and Allegiant that are helping secondary airports like Punta Gorda grow, a market that Sarasota doesn't fit into.
Those services are usually services that fly 2 to 4 times a week to those destinations, so you're not going to get daily service. It doesn't serve the business community as well as the network carriers do, which we have all of those network carriers.
President Rick Piccolo says, unfortunately, the network carriers that SRQ houses, Delta, American, and United, aren't growing. But still, the airport will soon be adding more flights.
All of our seasonal services, Boston, Chicago, Detroit, Newark, are all going to start a month or two earlier, so we're starting to grow from that standpoint.
Even as the airport slowly grows, Piccolo says it's hard for SRQ to compete with larger airports.
When you're comparing us to other locations, especially to Tampa, it's a much bigger population base, and airlines are going to tend to go where more of the people are.
The bottom line is,
the only way we're going to grow is if people support the airport. If people continue to drive to other airports, there's no incentive for the airline to locate service here.
Piccolo says that SRQ is equipped to carry any airline at any time. However, SRQ is competing with 5 other airlines in the area. Piccolo says he's hopeful that Southwest Airlines will make its way to SRQ eventually. Haley and Scott.
And Jess, tell us how many flights are coming in and out of SRQ each day as of now.
Right now, there's about 20 to 30 in the summertime. When it comes to winter, it's about 40 to 50.
Right. Thank you, Jess. Live at SRQ.